Alright, what's going on, boys? I'm Joe, and we're going to do another similar video to last time. I want to preface this by saying this is not a get you biz gear as fast as possible thing. I just kind of want to touch over commissions because I still see a lot of questions in the community about, yo, what do I do with experience and quests, and there's not really a main quest line, and blah, blah, blah. So I just wanted to point out so ways to get quests in the game, because there are quests scattered around the map despite there not necessarily being like a distinct main storyline to follow yet, and there's also just like a shitload of ways to get commissions. So it's pretty easy to do right now in Alpha Phase 3 because there is a level 4 city or town, which is Winstead. That's what I'm going to use for now. You can do a similar thing if you're in the Anvils at the current moment, up in villages like Cal Torman, and there should be another village somewhere down here called Nuela. And then I think Jova is also a village. So any of those places should have these different commission boards. A lot of the time when you walk into these settlements, there's going to be a little commission board right to the side of the entrance, such as these. And then you can interact, and these will give you the tasks. So again, as I said in the previous video, this is like the blue, purple, whatever roof color you want to call it. This will give you the adventuring experience ones. So you're going to have like kill wolves, locate areas, kill ravens, kill bandits, all these different kinds of mob hunting missions, as well as just explore around and find. I would try and pick up as many of these as possible because, for instance, if I just go click on a random one like pest control, where you kill 10 wolves or bears in the Riverlands, get a bunch of experience. You're not necessarily going to get a full XP bar from doing one mission, right? But you do 10 of these, you're getting like 25% of your XP. So these are really worth doing, or even 10% of your XP, depending on what level you are. It's really worth doing. I highly recommend it. And then there's some of these are not really going to be super intuitive to do, such as like locate Carfin. Well, if you're not going to go farm Carfin because you're level of 10 or something, maybe it's not worth going to Carfin to do. I mean, you get some experience, and I think all you have to do is locate it. But for a lot of these, like when you're culling the Minotaur Horde, well, there's an island right here, right by Winstead, where it's like, okay, cool, I can go kill some Minotaurs with my guild, we can get some experience, some loot, do a little bit of farming, and then move on. Or like the Mycelians, there's tons of Mycelians around the map, you can go farm some Mycelians. I think there's even like an island over here, closer to Carfin, where you can farm some Minotaurs somewhere over here too. So it's just things like that where you're going to be doing these passively anyway, so it's good to pick these up because like you're going to kill ravens, you're going to interact with ravens while you're farming resources. So this is the next board. You can see it's got like a yellow or brown or tan roof. It's literally down the road from this one in Winstead that you can get those quests from, but this one's just for the artisan ships. So it's got the standard like farm resources. Again, I have all of these tasks. I haven't been doing my farming due to a couple big long downtimes, and I started a different game up on stream, so you can see like these, you just gotta mine basalt or mine slate if you have artisan mining, or mine granite, or some of these are for fishing if you like want to do fishing and farming different kinds of woods. So like I said earlier, you're gonna be able to find a lot of these via just running around the map, like these resources in different areas. For instance, if you want to get a bunch of western larch and oak and ash, you can usually find that like right in this area on the western coast of Jova and Halcyon, and those will all be together with some like basalt and granite. Well, coincidentally, there's also a bunch of minotaurs right in this area, so if you're high enough level to kill the minotaurs solo, or even if you just want to take a group of friends there, your guild mates, you can take the guild there and you guys can just start stomping it and just repeatedly farming up the mobs, and then you go and cut down a couple trees while you're there, and you're getting basically just stacks of experience. We'll do like the basalt one. You're getting 3,000 experience basically, and then if you kill a bunch of minotaurs, you'll get another like 3,000 or 4,000 experience, and it really doesn't take that long to do. That being said, there is going to be a couple of other commission boards that we're going to run up to just so you can see where they're at, and the towns just so you know where they're all at. I'll be right back. Alright, so here's another commission board. This one's got a slightly different roof. This is a green one. So in Winstead, it's right to the left of the other commission board that has the adventuring one, which is like on this road right here. It's like on the other side of one of these two buildings. I can't remember which. This is the main road that goes up to the marketplace. There's the church and the marketplace on the other side. It's going to be different. Well, it's going to be pretty similar based off every town, but it's going to be different depending on the level of the town. But this one's just got more similar, just like hunting, because this is, I believe, the hunting lodge. Effectively, like, this is just going to be more oriented towards hunting things, destroy golems, hunt giant spiders. And again, you want to try and get all of these because they just stack. And while some of these are like duplicate from the adventuring board, which is like over here somewhere, they're not always going to be duplicate. So sometimes you can go to one board and you'll get like minotaurs, ravens, wolves, and you can go to the other one and you'll get like golems, goblins, and other things. And that's how you can end up stacking like all of these experience or all of these quests. And then if you end up actually completing, say, all of these quests in like a 4-hour, 5-hour, 6-hour gaming session, you could probably get 1 to 2 levels just from doing commissions. Even if you're like a more casual guy and you only play for a couple hours, you can stack these and be like, okay, I'm going to spend my 2 hours farming this area, and whatever mobs are there, I'm going to do that. So from there, I just kind of quickly jump up over to the church. The church is going to be another easy place to get the adventuring commissions. I don't remember if these are going to be by default the same as the one over there. That's right inside of the entrance, which would be like right in this area somewhere. I don't recollect if they're always the same. I always just end up checking every board and right-clicking them all without reading which ones are which, and then I just do the tasks afterwards. So that's going to be the most effective way to just kind of get extra experience while you're farming. So if you'll notice too, some of them will say bandits, some of them will say different mobs. Say you're like around level 10, 14, and you want to go farm Highwayman Hills with your guild, Oakenbane, or any of these other like fun areas. Like the church, I think, has a bunch of different kinds of mobs too, like skeletons and stuff. So, but specifically in this example, you're based out of Winstead. You're like, okay, I'm level 14. Now I want to go farm some Highwayman Hills. Well, if you get the bandit one and you go kill bandits at Highwayman Hills, it'll give you basically additional experience. So it'll cut down the total need for you to just sit there and mindlessly farm. It'll basically give you like a little XP boost. And then the other cool thing that you want to try and do, which I don't know if I have any scrolls on me off the top of my head, adventuring. So this is the key one. So say you do a bunch of your tasks and you get some axes for allies, you harvest a bunch of ash, you kill a bunch of mycelians while you're doing that and a bunch of ravens, and then you end up going up to the Tower of Carfin and you explore the area. So don't turn those in right away. Stack a few. If you get a few of them stacked up, just pop an XP scroll, the adventuring scroll, which you'll do by right-clicking. I'm not going to do it to waste it because I only have 3 left. But you'll right-click this, and it'll give you a 25% bonus. And then when you get several completed, there'll be a little button that pops up right here where it will cover up this area. I believe it's either here or right here where it says complete commission, but I believe it's right here when you have several pop up. You can click and it'll complete all at the same time. And since these are only 5 minutes, you can get like, I don't know, 5, 6 stacked up at the same time. Click complete experience. You're going to get 25% bonus experience on every one of those commissions that you turn in at the same time, which is pretty huge. The point of that being, when you use the scroll, it'll apply to everything you turn in that 5 minutes. So it's good to try and stack up a few of them and use them. Now, obviously, you can make long use ones that are like an hour and a half if you're using scribing and whatnot, different artisanships to build that up. But in the meantime, you can get these. You get these little chests from, and there's different kinds of ones depending on which one you're doing, but you'll get these little chests that you can open up, and a lot of the time they'll have these little XP scrolls for different kinds of XP, and you can just stack these up to basically amplify your experience even more. So it'll kind of help you, especially if you're a more casual gamer and you don't have time to play like 12, 15 hours a day, every day. It'll kind of help you catch up to the rest of the server as far as being behind on XP. Also, don't worry too much about experience. Like, maybe on launch day it's going to be super critical, but purpose of the alpha is just to enjoy the game, find some stuff that you can test out, and see if it's really your niche that you want to try out. I just kind of wanted to go over the basic different ways to kind of amplify the commissions. As a final conclusion type of deal, anytime you see, like I said before, there's missions around the world that you can pick up. Not necessarily a distinct storyline that you can follow, but for instance, like if you see a guy with a book over his head, he's going to probably have some kind of quest that he wants you to do. And then you can just kind of click through and see he wants you to do all this stuff. And then he gives you, sometimes he'll give you a quest. That's not to say that every guy with a book over their head is going to give you, because I think like most NPCs will appear as a book. Not these guys because they're specific, but sometimes you'll get NPCs that appear with a book over on the mini map, and that doesn't necessarily mean they have a quest. But anytime you see a guy like this that has like his quest, a little, this is kind of like a quest indicator, the little book over their head or the book on the mini map, just try and talk to them. You'll find several guys out even on the map. Like I believe it's one of these two bridges. On this bridge here, there's a guy right here you can talk to, and he gives you a quest that basically all you have to do is run across the bridge, come up into like this area somewhere, and there's a bunch of like higher level mobs that you have to kill, and you get I think like 30,000 experience or something like that, which again, they're higher level, so you do either need to take it on with a group or be pretty close to the max level in the alpha, which is 25. So you know it's gonna be a little more difficult, but you're going to get a lot of experience from doing that. So anytime you see a guy with a book over their head, just try and talk to them, figure out what their task is, and let your guildmates know or let your friends know, hey, there's this cool task over here that maybe we can do together. Because like if you can bust those out together, they're going to be pretty simple. You can probably make a good time out of it, and it'll be pretty worth your while most of the time. Sometimes you get pretty cool rewards too, not just experience. Like there's a task to get a shield, there's a task to get different weapons and gear. So just kind of keep your eye out for stuff like that, where you see the little book, and keep out for all these commission boards. This is like a settlement commission board that is a little different than the regular ones, which you can look into as well. But for the most part, just keep your eye out for these little commission boards. And there's going to be 3 different kinds. The green one, which is hunting, it's going to be outside a hunting lodge. The blue one, which is going to be in basically every settlement for the most part. This is like the default standard one, because the way that you level a settlement up to the next tiers, which I'll get into in a different video, is basically you just need to kill things or farm things. So this is kind of the first thing that the settlement will allow you to do, and then as it levels up, you'll get the brown or tan roofed one, which is artisan ships. And a lot of these you can kind of basically stack together and just do them all in the same area and just crank them out real quick, and then as soon as you get to that point, you just pop a scroll and you get a bunch of experience for it. So if you have any questions and you're like, dude, this doesn't make any sense, just put a comment down and I'll try and take care of it. But thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.